I'm going to apologize in advance for the terrible lighting. I've been messing around with it in the back, and it's not changing, so it is what it is. I'm going to work on getting a better lighting setup and you know, finding a way to kind of get rid of some of this annoying stuff in my videos. I'm going to be reviewing a Aventus clone, and this is from one of the. It's not from one of like the, smaller houses like King Fragrances, Essential Obsessions, or Duo, or Alexandria. It's one that is from the house of Lattafa. It's a lesser known Aventus clone. I wanted to check out because I had heard some good stuff about it. It was also really cheap. Box is actually pretty nice presentation wise. It's along the same price as Club du Nuit Intense Man from Armaf. And this is the EDP version of 200 ml. This is honestly one of my favorites. It's not the most accurate clone, but it gives you the Aventus vibe. And it's more well-rounded. It's not harsh like the EDT. It doesn't have that really sharp opening. It's much better in the opening. It doesn't smell like floor cleaner. And it's got that amazing smoky, creamy vanilla dry down. So, anyway, I'm going to compare this, the Lattafa to it. Presentations, as you can tell, looks kind of like they were inspired by each other. Looks like a half-size bottle, basically. Same cap, almost. And they both have cheap attached charms. This is clear bottle. You can see the juice. I have not yet sprayed this. It's from the UAE. The atomizer on it, it's not even really flush all the way with the bottle. Charm looks super cheap. I thought the caps were probably from the same place initially, but this is so much lighter than the Club de Nuit Intense Man one. Yeah, and they don't fit on each other, so definitely not from the same place. But it looks like this was very much inspired by the Armaf. So anyway, one of the complaints that I have mainly about Club du Nuit Intense Man is it smells more like lemon than pineapple. I think the actual note listed in it's bergamot, but it really comes off lemony, not pineapple-y. So I've heard that this, the few reviews I could find on it, that this did have a more realistic pineapple opening. Hoping that's the case. But we're going to find out. This is going to be a first impression, so I will update in the comments, longevity, that kind of thing, performance, projection and all that. I obviously not going to have those answers right now because I haven't not smelled this yet, not worn this yet. I will say it's already, looks like there was some hair when they painted it. I mean, quality control here, that's stuck in there. Quality control here is not great on these bottles. Again, I think I paid $27 for this shipped. So that is what it is. I'm going to start with the Club de Nuit Intense Man one, just because I'm familiar with it first. I'm going to test both of these on skin. So yeah, anybody who's not tried this one, if you're a fan of the EDT, trust me, pick up the EDP. If you're debating which one to get the EDP. And this isn't the limited edition. This is just a normal EDP. It comes in a 200 ml size bottle for like $38, I think, shipped. It's going to last you forever. It smells really good. Again, the opening, it does smell more lemony. It's certainly synthetic. But it's not off-putting. Like, you walk around, people are still going to think you smell good. And then when that dry down is when really the magic happens with Club de Nuit Intense Man anyway. And it very much is there with this. It's just the opening is a lot more pleasant, and it's not off-putting, and the projection and longevity are just as good on the EDP as they are on the EDT. I don't think they're really any better. My experience, they both performed really well, but this one's just a lot more well-rounded. So let's try this. Okay, decent atomizer. Okay. This smells more smoky in the opening than the Armaf. It definitely doesn't smell lemony. It's not the most realistic pineapple. It's not like Monarch or King of Kings or, maybe something you get from Montaigne. It's very smoky in the opening. Whereas this one, in the dry down, becomes very smoky, but you also get a big kick of vanilla. This is a lot more smoke in the opening. For anybody who's tried the DUR 11ZZ, it's kind of like that, or Poseidon Jr., or just had smoky batch of Aventus. It's kicking up though right away in the opening. So the vanilla is already starting to come out in the Club Unit Intense Man, and it's not super smoky, even in the dry down, but you do get a smoke vibe from it. It's lighter and sweeter, though. The smoke's lighter and it's sweeter scent profile than this one is. The Lattafa is more of like a barbecue smell, pineapple barbecue kind of vibe to it. And I'm not getting a whole lot of vanilla. I'm mainly just getting the pineapple and that smoke. So we'll have to see how it dries down. Initial opening, I can tell you right now, this is going to be more mass appealing. This is going to be probably pulling more compliments. Again, it's sweeter. The smoke, the way it comes off in this is kind of like a barbecue grill. And the Lattafa, I think for a lot of people that's probably going to be off-putting. Now, I haven't had a chance to wear it, and certainly haven't had a chance to really review the dry down, so I'm going to let them dry down for a minute. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go over just the third one that I figured I'd just touch on real quick. This is by Perfumer's Choice. It's called Victor, number 9. This one smells really good, actually, surprisingly. It's the cheapest out of all of them. It's, I think, runs like $8-9 on Amazon shipped. Now, the interesting thing about this is the bottle kind of looks like it as well, but the atomizer and the way it sprays is actually like a body spray. 1 second, see that? It's like the Cool Mist spray from Dior or something. So that's really cool, actually. It's supposedly an EDP. It says Eau de Parfum. I can tell you the scent profile on this is really good. The most pineapple-y out of all three of these. It smells closer to something like Monarch or King of Kings, one of those clones where the pineapple smells very realistic. Problem with it is it lasts you all but 10 seconds. I'm not even kidding you. I'll spray this on to go to the gym, and sometimes it feels like when I get to the gym it's gone already. I'd say you maybe get an hour out of it. Maybe get an hour out of it. So maybe if you drench yourself like Jeremy did in his very cool spray video, use a whole can, it might project and perform a little better. But I get maybe an hour. So the scent's spot on. Well, it's not spot on. The scent's really good, but again, it's not, in my opinion, really unfortunately worth the money because it doesn't last long at all. Okay, so yeah, the EDP Armaf, the vanilla is really starting to come out. I will say it's something with these cheaper clones, with cheaper fragrances in general. The sillage smells way better than smelling it up close. So if you sniff it on your arm, it smells more synthetic. You can really pick up on the synthetic nature of the fragrance. Now, as where if you're walking around, people are wafting, it's wafting off of you. People are picking it up in your sillage. It smells way better. Even when I'm picking it up on myself, I'm walking around, picking it up in the air. Again, EDP Armaf, Club Unit Intense Man. If you try to EDT, this is just like it. It's just smoother. Okay, it smells better, well-rounded, better blended. Lattafa, I'm really not getting any vanilla. It's a bunch of birch, smoke, and a pineapple, but it's not a sweet pineapple. It's getting a little sweeter as it dries down. It seems like it's pretty linear, though. I know it hasn't had a whole lot of time to really fully dry down, but in the time that it's sitting there, it just still kind of smells like a smoky barbecue grill. If I had to choose one of these, I definitely would go with Armaf. It smells better. There's more going on. You get the vanilla. It's certainly more mass appealing, and I know the performance is great. From what I've heard on the reviews, this performance isn't that great on this one, but we'll see. I haven't had time to really test it. A lot of people were saying again this was really good, and Some people were saying it was the best Aventus clone. It smells alright. Wouldn't rebuy it. So that's where I'm at on that. I'll comment in the comment section, kind of a more thorough review on performance, longevity, how it really develops in the far dry down, as I've had time to wear it. But yeah, so it's nothing mind blowing. Kind of disappointed actually because I heard quite a few things about it being good, and it's very forgettable in my opinion. I do have another Aventus clone coming in that was also supposed to be really good. And as soon as that comes in, that's also from UAE. I will be reviewing that. It's also a lesser known one, and should be shortly. I'm just trying to touch on some of these lesser known kind of houses and fragrances. I'm also going to be touching on ordering Royal Agar, and that is a clone of Parfums de Marly Layton that supposedly is a little smokier, more masculine, slightly less sweet, and I'm excited to review that. That's also something I supposedly is a huge performance monster, and just really seeing how it is on its own right, as well as it's a clone. So